Hello! Today I'm going to show you a little trick I recently learned about how to fine tune your bow. I will precurse it with, as far as tuning a bow goes, or arrows, I am a novice, but I have been bow hunting for 32 years. I just had the luxury of growing up in a town, Yankton, South Dakota, that had a great archery shop. Scott would go down there, he'd take care of all the details, and I could concentrate on hunting. So I moved to Delaware a number of years ago, and I found that I have to do a lot more things myself, and I don't have access to a good bow shop. So I need to kind of figure out things on my own. I also, the 32 years I've been bow hunting, have been using a Hoyt Super Slam for most of those years. So with the new bows nowadays, the technology has changed. Aluminum has been replaced by a lot of carbons, and that has changed a few of the things I need to look at. But I recently traveled back to Yankton, South Dakota, which is really becoming an archery hub nationwide. The National Field Archery Association has built their headquarters there. They've got a great indoor shooting range I visited, shot inside, had a great time down there. 3D out in the woods, it was great. But I also stopped over at a place called Xpedition Archery. So it is a new company for 2013. They have a new line of bows. They have 3 separate bows. They have the X-Ring 7, X-Ring 6, and the Explorer. And this one is the X-Ring 6. I've got it set at 62 pounds. I'm kind of nursing a shoulder injury, so I set it back a little bit, and my form's not great. But 62 pounds, and with these carbons it was shooting about 294 through the chronograph. But what they showed me was with the carbon fibers as they're fused together in carbon arrows, there is a seam, although you cannot see it with your naked eye, but it does just affect your arrow ever so slightly. So I've already been to the outdoor range and took care of most of the main tuning. I started long and fine-tuned it. But now the last step they showed me, old Devin and Rich and Darren down at Xpedition, super nice guys down there too, very helpful, showed me another trick. So a normal configuration, Scott had put some of these blazers, these shrink to fit fletchings on there, and of course, like normal, there's a white and 2 yellows. So I figured I'll go with the white with the cock feather, and I've got that all set up. But what they said, as far as, because of how the arrow is built, what you'll want to do is find how best that arrow will shoot. So what I'm going to do today is I'll start with the fletching up, this one. I'll shoot, check it out. We're going to rotate the nock one fletching, shoot again, rotate it again, and we'll just find out exactly which position that arrow shoots best. So we'll start with the way the arrow is set now. Pretty basic. Like I say, I'm shooting a smack down rest, true ball release, nothing fancy, except for the bow, that's nice. Alright, so I'm just going to step back, shoot the first arrow. Alright, there's number 1. So, I'm going to mark that. That's number 1. We'll take a step down here to show you what that looks like. Not a bad one. So, what we've got here, looking at it, what would we call that? A slight high left tear. Alright, wait, there you are. There you go. Alright, so I'll start with that. Let me get this put back on there. Yeah, another thing I got used to hunting out in Delaware is the car sirens and the cars honking. And so anyhow, not as peaceful as hunting back home. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate the nock one spot, one fletch. Alright, now if I'm doing something wrong, like I say, I am a novice at this, so if anything I'm doing is not technically correct, I apologize. Now we're going to go ahead and shoot again. I've turned the nock one fletching. We're going to shoot the second arrow. Same distance. mark that number 2. Step down there, let's check that out. So we have number 1's there, slightly high left, number 2's there. I guess it kind of looks like slightly higher right, huh? Yeah, kind of straight up. Okay, neither of them bad. I'm gonna try one more. I'm going to go ahead and move the knife one more. I'm just going to twist it again. One more time. Let's see what we can do with that. Alright, we're going to shoot this again. This is the 3rd position for the arrow. I'll do that. Alright. So that would be number 3. So what do we have there? Kind of blast a little hole, but all said and done, there's 1, 2, 3. Tell you what, I like 3. So that's the position I'm going to keep it in. You know, it's slight, but it's just a little better flight. I've got my 3 fletchings marked out there, just a tiny little extra tear. Pretty good mark there. Pretty solid. Alright. So like I said, this is just, you know, one of those things. If it helps you out, great. You know, like I say, I'm no expert at this, but I'm learning more and more every day, and it's really enjoyable to do that too. And I took my arrows, I marked all my arrows, put a number on each and every arrow, every single arrow, and then I've shot, and I'm going to shoot every single one of them until I get the best flight out of each arrow, and then that's what I'll run with. No, also I'll broadhead tune them, but boy, I tell you what, it's just been just a great experience, you know, with my Xpedition bow and this whole new field for me. So try that, you know, try that on your own. You can go out to the range and set up a paper tuner, and it's easy enough. You don't need an expert, because I'm definitely not one, but give that a try and see if that doesn't help you out. Tight groups.